So this is the bass that I primarily play in Ganser. I worked myself into a very strange niche where I only play fretless. I don't play with a pick, so my needs are pretty specific, and I've had to do a lot of research to find what I want. This is a Guild 402, which they made in the early 80s for only a couple of years. This is from 1982. It has an active passive pickup switch, which is such a cool feature, and something that you can't really find very much like the rest of the features of this bass guitar. P90 pickups, it has a really good growl to it, but also can have that kind of warmer, rounder tone when you go passive with it, and paired with a tube amp like my new orange setup, which I love. I just love how compact it is and how large it sounds when it's punched through a venue. Really is like the right combination of a really warm sounding bass with a really warm sounding amp. So I think I'm finally there in terms of my bass setup. It's something that I really, really love. I have about 4 or 5 Guild basses that are all modified fretless basses. And when we go on the road, they basically sleep next to me in bed because they're really hard to replace. I run it through sometimes an overdrive, just like a really typical Boss overdrive, but also the Sans amp is a really important pedal in my setup. It's something that really brings to life an instrument that, gosh, is very old at this point, and really brings a fullness to its sound. So my pedal setup for bass is actually pretty simple, but when you get over into vocals over here, I run through an Eventide mixing link which allows guitar pedals to be used as vocal pedals. And so for me, you know, playing bass guitar as I'm singing, I really need something that I can kind of have at a steady level throughout the show. So for me, that's going to be a mix of a Deluxe Memory Man, which is a delay pedal that I can set on kind of like a soft delay, and then I have a Hall of Fame 2 reverb pedal that I can set to a really nice kind of platey sounding reverb. And that's something that just really helps control what my vocals sound like and the volume level of my vocals throughout a show. And that is my setup.
So this is like a 120th anniversary Gibson Les Paul Melody Maker. It's like from 2014. I've played it to bits, as you can see. It's got a Bigsby on it. The Bigsby was here when I got it. I got it from online from a guitar shop in Arizona. I have had to like reglue the half the neck and half the fretboard. It's just got like the stock P90s in it. But this bridge, I've taken it into like many guitar shops and nobody can tell me what it is or where it came from, which is cool. But that does mean that nobody really knows how to set it up properly, so I often have to like get in there and twist some bolts. I don't know. It's like it's probably the last guitar I'm gonna own unless, you know, it breaks, in which case I'll try to track down another one. But like, this is my favorite guitar I think I've ever owned. I recently bought my first effects pedal. It is the Roland Space Echo RE202. I don't have effects really otherwise. It's just a tuner straight into the amp. This equalizer I click on to like cut some of the gain off the amp, just make the signal a little quieter so it isn't quite as gainy. Or if I want to, you can just turn everything to 10 and then it sounds like your amp's gonna explode. And I do that sometimes if I want to have some fun. But this Space Echo is probably the best sounding. I figured if I'm gonna get an effects pedal, finally, I probably should like get a good one. There's 4 different tape heads. You can combine them in a million different ways. I like when they're all on. and it's got a separate reverb circuit, which is really cool because I figured out, again, if you just turn this all to 10, it turns into this like really crazy, like you can click the reverb on and off. So I usually leave it off, but if you turn it all to 10, it turns into this like insane like boost almost, where you can get like overtones and stuff like that. And when I'm doing some of the noisier stuff, it just sounds crazy. And I guess I use it all. I think part of the reason why I really value having like little small, like fewer bits of gear is because you get to like really learn about it. And yeah, it's my pedal board. I've played Fenders and stuff, but I've got a Vox AC 15 C1, and this is just an odd Vox AC 30 C1. This one, both of them have Celestian greenbacks in them, not the Alnico blues. But that's because that's just how I got them, I guess. I wasn't really a choice. But yeah, they're great amps. It's really all I play. Just run straight into them.
Okay, so this is my keyboard. I am learning keys for this band actually, and I normally play guitar. So this keyboard is perfect for that. It's really user friendly, and I'm actually like slowly discovering that a lot of the presets, especially the sound effects and the musical effects, are really cool. It's the Yamaha MX49, and it's like pretty affordable, and it does the trick. And like I have been experimenting like putting it into pedals. Like if you ever get a keyboard that you're not like, that's not like the nicest keyboard in the world, just put a little reverb pedal on it and it sounds so much better. So yeah, and it has MIDI, and it comes with a program online, or where you download it, and you can do more like modifications and stuff. So far, basically, I usually use this Holy Grail for the keyboard to like add that nice like reverb sound. And then I use these as my vocal pedals, and I go through the Eventide mixing link that Alicia and I both have. We just got it, so you can run guitar pedals as vocal pedals, and it's really cool. You can there's like a wet and dry signal here. You can like turn up the input, and it gives you like a lot more control, so you don't have to like totally rely on the sound guy, especially when it comes to effects. I use this for like delay. We have some songs that the flashback, we have some songs, like newer songs, where I do like kind of like psychedelic stuff. So I use that, and then I get like a pretty good slapback as well, which I just love. Like I wish I could just have slapback on all the time. And then this is like my favoriteest pedal I've ever owned, the reverberation machine. I started using it for guitar. I just like, gives like this really cool like dusty kind of distorted reverb. And you have like this switch here, and this one's like more of like a round, like I don't know, I guess like hall reverb. And then this one is like a splash. It's like a psh. So you go like ding, or like ha, and it goes like ha, like that after. And there are a lot of songs in Ganser where I have like distorted vocals. So I turn this knob here to like 5, and I like kind of keep my reverb down there, and like this right in the middle. And with that and the slapback, it does like kind of give that, I don't know, kind of that like, it's just a sound I've always wanted for vocals, and like it's been really cool like how much more fun it is to perform as well, like in these songs, having that to like play with. And yeah, I hope to like discover more pedals soon and twist more knobs for this band, but this is it for now.
What we have here is a mid-90s DW drum kit. This is made from Keller shells. This is before DW made their own shells. Like all DW drum sets, they played together really well. Sequential badge numbers, so this kit was born together. I have a few of these, and really there's not much difference between them. They're very easy to tune, very easy to use. The cymbals, I've gone through a few different types of cymbals for recording. These drums and these cymbals really work well for me. These are some early intermediate K Zildjians from late 80s. The tricky thing about cymbals is the way they sound in person is often different from how they sound on the recording, and these I've found really show up nicely on a recording. Kind of hard to get nowadays, these, this custom medium ride. Can't find them like that anymore. I have a really nice hi-hat too. This is one you don't see very often. This bottom hat is really what makes it. I think this was made for 1 year. It's a K-Custom hi-hat. I have a ride that goes with this too, which isn't that ride, but yeah, like I said, the darkness of these really comes through very nice on recordings, and pretty happy with the setup.